Gainesville has so much to offer its residents, from the small town charm to the weather to the cost of living. Locals are sharing some
What are you talking about? Gainesville is the absolute worst. Traffic is a nightmare. There's tons of crime, a crazy cost of living, no decent jobs. It's full of hillbillies. And the weather? It's like living under a sweaty armpit. Moving here was a mistake.
Okay, maybe that's a little bit extreme, but when it comes to YouTube comments, extreme is the new normal. After publishing more than 100 videos and reading thousands of your comments, I've noticed a pattern. No matter what the video is, there's always someone venting and complaining about life in Gainesville. So in today's video, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel in the comments section to find the best of the worst things people have had to say. We'll figure out if they're right, wrong, or somewhere in between. But first, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. But most importantly, comment down below if you agree or disagree with this first commenter who says, quote, "The traffic is ridiculous for a town this size. The city government refuses or can't widen roads like Tower or 34th Street, which is almost impassable at certain times of the day." Well, at Roland Thompson Gunner 64, you're not wrong about the traffic. It certainly has gotten a lot worse over the years, especially during peak times or around the university. We're feeling it right now with school back in session. I mean, look at this map. What was a 20-minute drive over the summer is now closer to 45 minutes, with heavy traffic coming in west to east. Now, keep in mind, with that said, this is during peak times. Most of the day, it's just regular small town traffic. It's not like Orlando or Tampa with constant gridlock throughout the day. Now, I will say the city is slow to make changes or improvements to the road, so that definitely causes some additional frustration. We'll occasionally see some roads that get resurfaced, but adding lanes or major renovations is going to be rare. Gainesville is a growing town and people are moving here, which brings a lot of benefits, but it also comes with a lot of challenges, and traffic is just going to be one of those. And now, at Rose Court 728 said, quote, "It's very dangerous to walk or bike. Many accidents, many hit and runs." Well, Rose wasn't the only one to mention this. I've seen similar comments, and while Gainesville is very biker friendly with tons of bike lanes, there are definitely some roads and parts of Gainesville where I wouldn't feel comfortable biking. You've got to be extra cautious because there are tons of distracted drivers out there who just aren't paying enough attention.
Stuck around, stuck around.
But on the flip side, there are also distracted pedestrians everywhere. But I don't think this is an issue isolated just to Gainesville, but it is something you need to be aware of. The next comment comes in from @DogmanCasterJ, who didn't hold back with this one. Quote, "Homeless people, college town, drunks, drugs, horrible place to live. And you forgot to mention in the summer it rains every other day." I mean, yes, Gainesville has its issues. Homelessness and panhandling have unfortunately been increasing over the years, particularly in certain areas. And it's no surprise, Gainesville is a college town. It's home to the University of Florida. Now, this does have some drawbacks, but there are also a ton of benefits. It brings in a lot of jobs, diversity, events, and sports, along with a youthful energy and a lively atmosphere. Now, as for the drunks and the drugs, these are issues that you're going to find in just about every town. It's not like there's people passed out on every corner. There's some sort of rampant drug issue that's destroying the city. Just as @AViewer9668 pointed out, quote, "Some neighborhoods may have more issues with crime and vagrancy than others," which is right. These problems do exist, but mostly in small pockets of the city. And as for the weather, well, we'll see some more comments about that shortly, right after this rain. All right, we're back. So next up, @StormyAlice chimes in with, quote, "Gainesville prices have gone up so much that it's not worth living here anymore, unless you're a student or can afford to buy a house right now." Honestly, I get it. Home prices have definitely increased, especially since the pandemic. Gainesville used to be more affordable, but as its popularity has grown, so did the demand, and with that, the prices. But even with those price increases, people are still moving here because the benefits outweigh the cost.
It's one of the biggest complaints we hear from people in the community on a regular basis, a lack of affordable housing.
The reality is the costs have just gone up everywhere, but Gainesville still offers a variety of home prices and options. Now, if you're flexible with your location, there's a good chance you can find something within any budget. So while it's not as affordable as it used to be, it's still going to be cheaper than other major Florida cities. Here again is our top contributor at Roland Thompson Gunner 64. Back with another strong opinion, quote, if you're not in a specialty trade or working for the university or Shands, there's no work here. Yeah, it's true. University of Florida and Shands Hospital are going to be the largest employers in town, but saying that there's no work here outside of those sectors, just not accurate. What? Gainesville doesn't have the same job opportunities as Orlando and Miami, but did you really expect it to? Gainesville's job market has continued to grow and diversify over the years. We're seeing more technology companies setting up shop, and there's a growing number of startups here. You also have some manufacturing, agriculture, and retail. So don't let a comment like this discourage you from considering Gainesville. Our next comment comes in from at FlowandFly2487, who says, quote, want to live in a swamp? It rains every other day in the summer. This weather sucks. Well, you're not totally wrong. There are many places in Gainesville that are nicknamed the Swamp.
Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
So yeah, I mean, it's Florida. It's gonna be hot, humid, and it rains a lot. But that rain also creates a lush green environment that's pretty beautiful when you think about it. Different times of year definitely have their pros and cons. I mean, I won't lie, the hot summers and those rainy afternoons, they suck, but the rest of the year, it's definitely pretty nice. I mean, we don't have to deal with shoveling snow just to get out of the driveway, and while we do get our fair share of rain and wind, we generally don't even have to worry much about hurricanes and catastrophic flooding like the rest of the state. So come on, Flow and Fly 2487, you've got it good. Could be a whole lot worse. This next comment comes in from at the Dope Show Gaming, and it's a bit of a harsh one. Quote, people in Gainesville talk and act like they have zero education. The lack of common sense is overwhelming. Man, sounds like you've had some bad experiences, but you still can't just generalize the entire population. Gainesville is a diverse city with a wide range of perspectives and personalities. Will you occasionally see someone feeding the gators in Lake Alice? Yeah, sure. But overall, I found the majority of locals are educated and knowledgeable. Of course, your experiences will vary depending on where you spend your time.
Trust me, kids, you do not want to be sitting on these benches. We call this place Loserville.
I almost don't want to read this next comment, but at Dr. Mix for You _7 says, quote,
Right, sure, okay. Traffic, crime, weather, the people, blah, blah, blah. The same things over and over again. Do you want to know the real reason why people should avoid Gainesville? It's the squirrels, man. Have you ever noticed how the squirrels are just too friendly here? Like, way friendlier than normal? I've seen them gathering in groups, whispering, okay, squeaking secret plans. I'm talking organized raids on trash cans, synchronized nut burying, all part of their master plan. They're learning from us, watching us.
Wow. Well, assuming you're not like that guy and you're actually looking to make a move to Gainesville, what you should do is just give me a call. I help people relocate here all the time, so feel free. Give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. We can talk about your specific situation. In the meantime, if you want to learn more about living in Gainesville, go ahead and watch this video.